All right, everyone, welcome into the weekly reading. So this is going to be for the week starting December 22nd. So this is Christmas week. So for all of you out there who celebrate, happy holidays. Yeah, let's dig in and see what this week has to offer. So from the astrology standpoint, just a couple things. So on the 23rd, we have Venus squaring Neptune, which is kind of an interesting mix because then we have Venus entering Capricorn the next day on the 24th. So this can be a little bit of a double-edged sword. And we want to be a little conscious and aware with on the 23rd. I wouldn't make any big decisions from a relationship standpoint on the 23rd because this can create some confusion, some distortion around relationships, especially if we're like, it's something new or we don't know someone that much. We might idealize them or just, create this huge fantasy or want the fantasy. So we tend to kind of have rose-colored glasses in regards to the relationship. So definitely just like this week, you might be a little, again, rose-colored glasses going on, especially with Venus entering Capricorn, because definitely that energy is around really making things more serious in relationships, commitments, going to, people are wanting to commit or talk about commitment and looking for more stability when it comes to love. So people might be asking partners, hey, I want to commit to this, or I want, us really to talk about the level of our commitment and our future here. That Venus and Neptune too, the Venus squaring can also be about cause some conflict in regards to how we love ourselves as well. So especially how we show up in relationships, it can create some distortions around like how people view us, and we might not feel good enough. But this is a day to just focus on loving yourself, and whatever the loving action is for yourself, do that. Because we could also do something at the expense of ourselves in trying to get people to like us or maintain a relationship and overstep our own boundaries and disrespect ourselves. And then the last thing I wanted to call out this week is on the 27th, we have Mercury trining Chiron. This is a good energy. Trines are always great. It creates harmony here. So this is around the way, Mercury is like thinking and communicating. And then we have Chiron, which is the wounded healer. So this is around really harmonizing our thinking and our healing in together. This can also be around creating a better self-talk, how we think about ourselves, how we talk about ourselves, and integrating the mind and the intellect with our emotions and our healing. So just wanted to call a few of those things out. So let's see here. What do we got going on? We got deceit. There's that Neptune. So there can be a little bit of distortion here. Neptune can play a little bit of tricks. Neptune is the moon card in the tarot. So there can be a little bit of, is what I'm seeing real? You could think you're seeing something or seeing the truth when it really is not. Financial constraints. And fifth chakra. I'm going to pull one more here. Goddess of the moon. So financial constraints, we could have gone a little over our budget or, be a bit, tight with money. Again, we're in the holiday season, so this whole month we could have overspent a bit. We could be dealing with some financial constraints. This has been a year of financial constraints in general, honestly. Money hasn't been great for people. It hasn't been a great energy of luck when it comes to money. If you've noticed, a lot of the lottery amounts have been huge. As we speak, the Powerball is at 1.5 billion or 1.6 billion. And the last three kind of drawings, no one's won. And that's just a sign, again, that's kind of the Uranus and Taurus and energy. There's some other things going on, but it's like, it's not a good time for luck in general. So yeah, I feel like something is definitely, to me, this deceit is more around how you're viewing something. And I feel like you're getting a distorted perspective on it and you're not seeing clearly here. You could also be having some distorted thoughts or viewpoints about money, or like lack mentality going on as well. But I'll get some clarifiers on that. There is definitely that they're calling out Archangel Gabriel here with your 5th chakra, which is your throat chakra. So there is something about communication this week and aligning, to me, aligning your communication with your truth. That's always going to help to face this deceit energy if there's a distortion here. So there could be also a little bit of distortion with how you're interpreting some sort of communication from someone, especially when we have a lot of that Venus energy this week with relationships. There could be something you're communicating which could be distorted as well, or a message you're getting that's going to be distorted. This is going to also tie in with your emotions this week, Goddess of the Moon. So this is a time to really get in touch with what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what your truth is, and align with it in the face of maybe a little bit of, you know, dense energy here. I actually want to read this Goddess of the Moon to you guys here. 52. So this card shows an eternal spirit holding the bright reflective moon and standing in front of the crystal clear waters of a sparkling waterfall. This card is all about intuition, the ability to receive insights from your soul's point of view. Receiving this card upright tells you that you have the power to get intuitive information on all types of issues. The Goddess of the Moon brings you all sorts of information, from the mundane to the spectacular. For instance, you could get the urge to take a different route home from work and find out later that you've avoided a 3-hour traffic jam. Or you might have an idea for a great invention, a stock investment, or a spellbinding novel. This card can also indicate a significant blossoming of psychic ability and mediumship. You're always blessed with this ability to connect, but this card is telling you that now is the perfect time to open up. So there's going to be some spiritual hits this week. Psychic abilities, your intuition is going to be on point here. And so use your intuition and your connection here, maybe even asking for help to navigate this situation or to get clarity. And I think your higher guides, people you connect with, if you're spiritual or have like clairvoyancy or mediumship, I definitely feel like ask for help and kind of navigating some sort of situation to make sure you're not interpreting truth where it's not, if that makes sense. All right, let's go to the tarot. So we have the King of Cups, 3 of Cups, 8 of Cups, and the 3 of Swords. So there definitely is, this King of Cups could be someone you're dealing with here. I do feel like they're, you know, the King of Cups sometimes can not be great at expressing their emotions. So there is something about here of how you're communicating or expressing here with the throat chakra card. There's a lot of cups energy here. So it is definitely, there's something around your feelings this week and emotions. How we're connected, how we're expressing our emotions, what we're giving, right? And 3 of Cups can be about connection. Again, we're at a holiday week, so that can reference, you know, like the holidays coming together, celebrating events type energy. And then we have the Eight of Cups, Three of Swords. So there could be a situation where there is some hard feelings, where someone walks away feeling a little, hurt here with the Three of Swords. Someone could also decide they're not going to the holiday. There may be communication about that because of some sort of issue going on. But there is something specific here tied to a person in regards to the holidays and kind of events or things like that. It could mean also that you just have to put aside some hard feelings and kind of just get along this week to, get along to go along type energy here. But let's see. So we have the King of Swords, two Kings, the Moon. Yeah, there is some deep feelings here. There's some deep feelings around a situation between people. And maybe they're not all being really expressed or communicated here. We have the Star and the Seven of Wands. It just, to me, this person, this relationship or the situation just always feels like an uphill battle here. And like you can never win. It could also feel like there's someone's really resisting here. So two things. You could feel like you're standing up for yourself a lot in the face of this person or situation. And it's just like you're getting tired and there's a lot of hurt feelings here that you always feel like you have to, fight for your cause. On the other hand, it could be that it's just a difficult situation and you just feel like there's it's like an uphill battle, like I said, with this person. So either way, I guess it's kind of similar. I am just going to get one more row because there's kind of an interesting story here. So we have the Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. What is it that you really want in the depths of your heart? This is around where we need to speak our truth. This is where we also need to connect and really feel out a situation and get, what is our intuition telling us here? Because I feel like you may keep going at this situation where it's kind of just like, why are you continuing to go through this, hamster wheel again and again? But there's something that this is really tied to what people really want in their heart space here. And they're really not, they're kind of like hiding their truth about what they really want in their heart. And the root of this is around connection and coming together and telling each other what we need and want, speaking from our heart. But some people just aren't great at this. So then we have the King of Cups and the King of Swords, which of course the King of Cups is the king of the heart. But again, he can have a hard time communicating what he feels. And then you have the King of Swords, who definitely is not at all around, talking lovey-dovey and talking emotions. He's all about really speaking very straightforward. He's all about in the head here. But there's something about working this out together. Three of Pentacles. How can we work together and compromise? Five of Pentacles, feeling out in the cold, and the Two of Cups. So we have this healing energy, but we also have this energy of like walking away from something and someone's feeling out in the cold. And there's hurt feelings here. Eight of Cups, Four of Cups, disappointment, feeling alone. Yeah. Someone's really feeling like they're the third man out, or that they've been someone's feeling really alone by this. Someone's maybe being shut out or making the choice to shut themselves out from a situation. And they're kind of just left, wallowing in their emotions and kind of what happened here. But, again, this could go back to the lesson of Venus and Capricorn and maybe that Neptunian energy of like, there's a lot of distortion here when it comes to relationships. And it's kind of deceiving us in how we're interpreting people, how we're communicating, our actions. So I don't know. It's just a week of this. this kind of is a specific situation going on, but it's really is honing in on a relationship, a connection here where it's like there's definitely some confliction going on here. What's the Two of Cups, the Tower, Seven of Pentacles, and the Lovers? Yeah, this is kind of a Tower moment in regards to like a Tower moment in kind of like making some big decision about, is the juice worth the squeeze anymore? Like, why am I putting my time and energy into this? Like, when I'm getting the same patterns. What's the Moon, Nine of Cups, Eight of Wands? There's definitely something about someone wants to communicate, but I just feel like they're not good at how they're communicating their emotions. And it really, the recipient of that is not taking it very well. So what's one for the King of Cups here? Patience, and then the King of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. I mean, there is, so this is referring to maybe a couple, or there is two people that there is like loving feelings. This is more of a love romance here with the Knight of Cups. It's like someone wants to be this, you know, it's kind of like this King of Swords wants to be the Knight of Cups, but he doesn't know how, right? He wants to show up. He is either in love with this Queen of Pentacles or strong feelings. But he's the King of Swords, right? Like, he doesn't know how to communicate in a loving way or show up and be this Knight of Cups. But who knows here? Temperance, Five of Swords. It's like someone's trying to get something from the other person. And it's like there's a lot of resistance here. Like, they're trying to get something from this person, but they're always getting this like resistance from the other person. Like, they have a wall up. Like, they have this protective mechanism. So it's like there's always this like seems to be like a win-lose situation between the two of you. So this could all blow up this week with the Tower. This could create maybe some issues with Christmas and the holidays and how people are showing up for each other. So just, I guess, to be aware of this. I don't really know. I kind of have this feeling like there's no way around this. Like, this is just going to unfold as it must, because it's like this has been building up and there is a Tower moment here. I do feel like there is a lot of distortion happening from an emotional level. Like, our emotions are going to be triggered. We're going to react or view something in a certain way, and it's going to cause us to react and maybe push someone away or walk away from a relationship. But I guess that wants to come out this week. But again, I think the one guidance here is about your intuition and connecting to your spiritual self and using that to help you navigate this than trying to navigate it by what you see in the external world. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for joining in. Again, like I said, have a happy holiday. We're close to the new year here. I am still getting all of the 2026 yearly forecasts out. So thank you for your patience, Temperance. They do take a lot of work when I add the extendeds onto them. So I'm sorting through all that along with everything else and my full-time gig. So thank you for supporting me and my work and this channel. And we continue on, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye for now.